Hello and welcome back to my channel. I am Gigi of GGmadeit.com. You know, the knitter, the blogger, and the yarn hoe, coming to you with another edition of Confessions of a Yarn Hoe. This week was heavy. So here's what we're going to discuss. We're going to discuss Ravelry. We're going to discuss my current whip. We're going to discuss my week and how it wasn't the greatest, but I held on. So I know that sounds confusing, but you ready? Let's go. Let's get it. Let's get it. Let's get it. We're going to start with Ravelry. And I want to start here. I want to get the heaviness out of the way, I guess is the best way to describe it. So after I posted this, after I posted last week's episode, I went on Instagram to see that Ravelry had made a change in their policy. And that change in their policy created feelings, I want to say. So you had those of us, much like myself, that stood with them and their decision to have such a policy. And the policy states that they are banning hate speech, hate behavior, not necessarily what your political affliction is, but I believe because they used the president's name, it just made certain people feel a certain way. I can tell you why I stand with Ravelry if you have any questions, because I am against anything and anyone that is going to hold down anyone simply because they're different. I will not have any parts of anything like that. I have often said to you guys before, when it comes to differences, when it comes to race, when it comes to knitting versus crocheting, I feel like we all can coexist. We can agree to disagree and still live happy lives. There's no reason for hate. There's no reasons for threat. There's no reasons to boycott. I am a firm believer. If you don't like something, remove yourself from it. If you don't like what Ravelry has decided to do, you can remove yourself without attacking. But everybody has their options. Everybody deals with change. Everybody deals with challenges in their own way. I choose peace. I will always choose peace. And if I cannot be peaceful, I will remove myself. So in light of that, there was just some very heavy conversations going on, and you felt people that felt the need to defend themselves. Terms like white supremacists are being thrown around, and folks are negating the fact that if they do support Trump, does not necessarily mean that they're white supremacists, and they have the right, as does anyone, to defend themselves if they feel like they were offended. What I'm going to say to you, for me, again, I am against hate, regardless to the title that you put on it. I am against holding people back that are marginalized simply because they're different. no matter whose name you put on it. I am totally against that. So, it's been a very uncomfortable week for some folks. I'm not uncomfortable because I stand in my beliefs, and I will repeat my beliefs to whoever wants to hear them. And whoever chooses not to follow me because of my beliefs, that's an option, and you have the right to do that. I did lose some followers on Instagram as well as Facebook, and I am so not angry because that is your option. I will raise my hand and say that I unfollow people on a daily basis. Not necessarily because I'm mad at them. They may have said something that I don't like. They may have posted something that I don't like. Or it could simply be I had no idea who they were and why I was following them in the beginning. And if I go to your page or your profile and I can't decipher really quickly why I was following you, then I'll unfollow. And I don't need to make an announcement. And that's what I need to make clear. If anything that I've said here on Instagram, Facebook, wherever, it's against your beliefs, you do not believe, you do not agree with me, that is your option. I am so not angry. You can leave. Just simply leave. There's no need to announce it. There's no need to come on the comments and fight with people because you're leaving. I've left many groups, and it'll take months before, oh, Gigi, I just noticed you weren't there anymore. Yeah, it just wasn't my vibe anymore, and I chose to leave. I'm not mad at anyone. So anyone that opts to not follow me, that is absolutely your option, and thank you for following me in the beginning. I appreciate it. I hope that you enjoyed your time that you were with me, and I truly am not angry if you choose to leave. But I do stand with Ravelry, and I do stand against hate and anything related to that. And I always will. So if that makes me not your cup of tea, okay, I'm truly okay with that. So that, we're gonna let that go there. We're gonna let that go there. So before we get to the good stuff, the other thing that happened this week for me, I was in a car accident on Thursday. I'm okay. I'm a little sore, but I'm okay. The car is not, and I'm working on the ins and outs of that. So why that kind of threw me for a loop is, right, wrong, or indifferent, when there's anything happening with my car, my first instinct is to call my bonus dad. That's just my first instinct. So being in a car accident is a thing by itself. But the fact that my first instinct was to grab my phone and call my bonus dad, and he's been gone for 2 years now, shattered me to my core. Shattered me to my core. When I tell you that I was so not okay. So not okay. Was I physically hurt? No. But the ache in my chest was crippling, for lack of better words. So this too shall pass. Not know if you paid attention or not, but I chose the name GGmadeit for a reason. And I'm going to try not to get emotional here. But yes, I made, odds are, any type of knitwear that I'm wearing, yes, I made it. But the flip side of that is, some of the most difficult experiences in life, major thing, loss of a parent, loss of both parents, loss of a job, and what I don't say often, loss of a relationship, all happened to me back to back. Major life changes. But I'm still here. I'm still here. So when you think GGmadeit, I know the first thing that you think of is orange. But I'm here to tell you that GGmadeit, meaning I weathered my storm. Meaning I held on to that yarn and I refused to let go until I'm okay. Meaning I don't knit fast. I really don't. I don't knit any faster than the average. I knit to keep from falling apart. I hold on to my yarn so that I don't get lost in the dark that exists in my heart. So this has been a tough week. It's been a tough week. Besides the not so kind comments that I've gotten on my Facebook page, someone who has since apologized used the term "you people," and I don't care in what setting you use the phrase "you people." It is offensive to me. I can't speak for anyone else. It is demoralizing. It is othering, and I don't like it. Then I had someone say, "Shut up and knit." I will stand for everything that I believe in, and I will continue to knit. The person that used that choice phrase also went on to say, "Gigi, I wasn't talking about you, I was talking about Ravelry." Okay, but you said it on my post, on my page. So of course, I feel as if you're talking to me. And for anyone that feels like in the midst of this very important conversation, that your response is "shut up and knit," please know I will not. I will never. I will continue to stand for what I believe in while I knit. So, can we talk about my work in progress now? Can we do that? I think we should do that. So when I left you guys last week, I told you that I was getting ready to start on my Franca, which is a part of the Cocoa Knits sweater workshop, the Cocoa Knits method of creating a sweater, right? And coincidentally, I'm also wearing another sweater that I knit from the Cocoa Knits method, and this is the Tallulah. So this pattern is in the book. For those of you that are inquiring about the book, this pattern, the Tallulah, which I have on right now, is in the book. Shoulders. Julie's all about the shoulders. All about the shoulders. So, anyway, I've decided to do something a little different with this particular project. So the clip that I'm going to add at the end of this is a daily journal, if you will, a daily diary, maybe I should say, because each day I did a little clip, a little video clip. Did I do one last night? I don't know if I did do one last night. I tried to do one every couple of days or so to kind of give you a progress checkpoint where I was with the sweater, you know, any challenges that I had come upon at that point, or just how I felt at that point of the project. And guys, here's where I say, and I know it's just a thing, like it's a trend to say that knitting saves your life, crafting, making helps you, it's therapeutic. I promise you, I mean it with everything that I own. With everything that I own, I mean it. Because as is evidence of what I shared has gone on, this has been a tough week. But I refused to give in, and I kept knitting. And I kept knitting, and I just kept knitting. And guys, we have sleeves. We now have sleeves. Yeah, we do. We have sleeves. We have sleeves. And as I have said often, the Cocoa Knits method is all about that shoulder. You have a tailored piece that fits like nobody's business. It is just amazing. I'm recording, show. So I am going to swap out real quick so you guys can see. So you guys can see I am so very, wait, where's my needle? There it is. And my yarn is connected. I just wanted to be baby. So, yes, it has been a tough week. But when I say I knit my way through it, when I tell you that I just continue to knit and I continue to purl, and yeah, every now and again a tear will drop. Yeah, every now and again I stop to just, right? But when you can continue to stitch and then pause to see where you are, and the pride that just overwhelms you with, yeah, I made that. I'm making that. So, for those that were not here last week, and what is that you have on, Gigi? I know that's what you're saying. So I am currently working on the Franca from Julie Weisenberg, and it is a part of her Cocoa Knits method. So when I say it's a part of the Cocoa Knit method, what I mean by that statement is that you need the book in order to complete this pattern. Now, you buy this pattern separately on her website, I believe. I think she's in the process of putting everything that you can buy it directly from Ravelry. It is listed on Ravelry. However, when you go to purchase, it takes you to Cocoa Knits, and I believe that is in the process of changing. So when I say that you buy the pattern separately, but you need the book, because the technique of how you put this together, as I think I shared with you guys last week, this is put together in pieces, I guess is the best way to say it. But it's all a part of this fabulous, fabulous, fabulous technique. And when I separated for the sleeves yesterday, I can honestly tell you it was the first time that I sincerely smiled. I've been doing my fake smile all week. I have been lying and saying that I was okay, and I'm so not. I'm not, but I will be. I will be. I will be okay on purpose. But this is what I mean about knitting or making, and I don't know, and here's where I need you guys to talk to me in the comments. I knit my way through. I'm not happy. I don't feel like talking. I'm not answering the phone. I'm not responding to your texts. No, I'm not going with you. I don't feel like going out. I don't feel like being social, but I keep knitting. I keep knitting. I keep knitting. I put it down. I take a nap. I get back up. I keep knitting, right? I might even skip a meal, but I keep knitting. And then I look down. I look down and I have this piece that's coming alive right in front of me. That's coming alive right when I feel like life is just not fun for me. But here I am with these fingers that are, they ache, right? I need a break. I just need one break in life. I need things to go right? I need to figure out how to navigate my way through this ache. I need to figure out how to navigate my way through things that are going to remind me of the absence of my loved ones without it incapacitating me, right? So one of my girlfriends convinced me to go out. You know, everybody's concerned, and I get that. And of course, I threw my knitting in my bag. I probably shouldn't have it. I should have been more prepared to sit and be social. But I always bring my knitting as a comfort, as safety. You know, I can act as if I'm participating in the conversation when I'm really not, if that makes sense. So what I did was, I was like, hey, come here, try this on. And I had her put it on. And I took some pictures of her, and I was like ready to go back home because I really wanted to put my head down and just barrel through, right? So I showed you guys the yarn that I'm using. When I got it, I did show it to you. And yes, we have a fresh pedicure. We do have a fresh pedicure, but I'm showing you my nails. So we have a fresh manicure, and I made her match it to the yarn on purpose, right? So this yarn is from That Damn International Adela. And why do I say international? Because her yarn is going to be in Amsterdam. Anyway, so this is her kidney bean base This is a worsted weight. It's 100% superwash, and I believe most people have at one point or another used superwash. When I tell you though, I promise you, she must put that baby's bathwater in this yarn, because I've used superwash before. The level of squish in this yarn at this gauge is bananas. This thing, first of all, these colors are fabulous. This, you know, people say, oh, Gigi, that's not your regular bright orange. Listen, all shades. I'm going to need y'all to write it down. You ready? All shades of orange matter. Even the very light, soft peach with these pops of blue and green. And so, yeah, it's been a tough week for me. It's been a tough week for me. I do not ever claim that life is sunshine and light. I am going to give it to you like it is. If I'm happy, you will get my smile. If I'm not, you'll get that. I will have my smile, but I probably won't be as vibrant. Okay? I don't know how to do anything other than be me. But when I tell you that my yarn this weekend, my knitting pulled me out, because I was all prepared to dive deep and get comfortable, right? But I held on. I held on. So many of you comment when I post things like this to say that, thank you, Gigi, I needed to hear that. Thank you, Gigi, you were talking to me, right? So if you are going through something, whatever that something is, whether other people feel like you should be sad about that something or not, those are your feelings. And you do whatever you have to do to take care of you. Okay? Our purpose. So, at the rate I'm going, at the rate I'm going, a whole nother week, because this is, what, 8 days worth of knitting? This is 8 days worth of knitting. And I'm right at the top of my twins, I want to say. Top of my twins. So, now it's just like I'm past all of the increases, and now I think I got to knit a couple inches. I don't remember the exact. I got to look at the pattern again, but I have to knit a couple inches, and then I think there's some waist shaping, and then pockets. Pockets. I've never done pockets. So yes, hold on is my message this weekend, regardless to what's going on. Hold on. So last night I ended my life in frustration because the pattern then called for Judy's Magic Cast On and Baby. Can I tell you, I wanted to throw the yarn, the needles, everything across the room. I was getting so frustrated. I watched multiple videos. I watched Coco Knits. I couldn't get it. And I think my problem was I kept stopping to make sure my count was, and that would throw me off. So got past that today. So I am just about finished with section 2. So it's a mess right now. It don't even look like nothing remotely close to a sweater. I will come back and show you guys, but right now I am building the foundation, if you will, the back, the shoulders, and the collar, and we'll grow from there. So it looks like a mess right now, but just from past experience, this is vital, this part. As you can see, I have multiple needles dangling right now, which to the layman would say, what the hell is going on? But it will all make sense eventually. But I just wanted to do this. So I'm going to come in every day and let you know where I am and how I'm doing. So day 2 so far. I'm back on track. I messed up a little bit because I was listening to that damn Della on her live, and I went further than I was supposed to, so I had to frog a couple of rows, which was no big deal. So far, I got past Judy. And then to think about it, I did this before, so I've had to have done that cast on before and don't know why. It just totally slipped my mind. But at any rate, thank God for YouTube. So we got it. We're good. We're moving on. I'll talk to you guys tomorrow. So it's day 3 of me working on my Franca. So I have finished all of the adding the sections, the back, the shoulders, the front, the sleeves. All those sections are now one, and now we work on the yoke. And if you have done it before, you know that the yoke is all knit from the workbook, which is unique about this pattern style, or this technique, if you will. So I filled out my workbook, and what the workbook does for you, or filling it out, is letting you know where to increase, and based on your stitch markers. So you'll see that all of Coco Knit stitch markers, they're colored, and each color represents a different section, and what the workbook does is let you know what you should be doing when you get to that particular marker. So that's where I am. And I realized that I goofed up on my Julie's Magic cast on, because I have a seam here, if you will, but it should be seamless. So I don't know if I didn't pick it up at the right side or what, but however, this is the back of the neck, the collar, which is the perfect place, according to Judy, for a seam, so it will remain. I will come back and let you guys see where I am later. So, it is June 20, is the date the 25th? It's Tuesday. Yes, the 25th. And here's where I am. It is starting to come into form. You have your front, you have your sleeve caps, and the back, and the collar. I am so very happy, very happy. And this yarn, can we talk about this yarn? Can we? Oh. So I'm going to stop here because it is damn near midnight. And that's what happens when I get a project I love. So, she is coming along. Day 4 of me and DeFranca, and I am more than halfway done with my worksheet. So once I get down to this line, then I will be able to separate for the sleeves and keep it boogieing. So I am happy, happy, happy with how this is working up. So it is damn near midnight, so I am going to stop. I try to make sure that I stop at the after a wrong side row. So I'm on the right side, I'm ready, and I've been double checking to make sure that I have the right stitch count according to the workbook. So far it's smooth sailing. It is smooth sailing. I am very, 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 very happy. And I just now went into my second skein. I had all of this was done with one skein. And this is the kidney bean base from Lola Bean Yarn Company. And it has 218 yards. So I'm just going into the second. All of this is the 218 yards. So I'm, like I said, I'm almost finished with the yoke. And I am so excited. So excited. So there you have it. Day 4. Day 5. And I'm hoping to get a lot of this yoke done tonight. I had a car accident. And I'm feeling some kind of way. One of my biggest fears was being alone. And when stuff like this happened, the first thing I would do would be call my dad, right? Because all the car stuff, my dad knows what to do. And I couldn't call him. So here's where the knitting comes in handy, because I will let my tears fall into my yarn as I finish a couple more rows before I go to sleep. But I am still very pleased with my progress. I'm pleased with the pattern. So stay tuned. It's day 6. And I thought I was going to be able to separate for the sleeves tonight, but I'm sleepy. So I will be separating for the sleeves tomorrow. I just have 2 more rows to go, but I'm up to almost 300 stitches now. So I'm tired. So tomorrow we will separate for the sleeves. And then it should be smooth sailing for there. It should be smooth sailing from there. We have sleeves, people. Yes, we do. I have separated for the sleeves on my Franca in this Georgia Peach by Lola Bean, that damn International Della. Seriously, this is day 7 of me working on this. So 7 days, and I just started my 3rd skein of yarn. I have separated for the sleeves, and it's smooth sailing from here. Smooth sailing from here. I know I say it every time. I say it every time, right? But I'm loving the way this collar falls. This is what I'm talking about. This collar action. I'm loving how it's just full and drapey right here. And y'all need some shoulder action. I am in love. I am in love. In love. In love. In love. In love. Okay, so that's all I got for this week. Thank you for being here. And thank you guys, most importantly, for always commenting and participating and answering whatever questions it is that I happen to ask during the video. I so appreciate all of you for that. So thank you for that. If you are new, hi. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe, and don't forget, even all of you that are already subscribed, don't forget to hit that notification button. I upload every Sunday, so that you don't miss out. Everybody have a wonderful, wonderful week. Make sure you do that on purpose with intent. And no matter where you fall, if there's been a line drawn in the sand, no matter where you fall, always remember, just because you don't agree with the masses, just because you don't agree with someone, period, doesn't make you a bad person. You just have to figure out how to agree to disagree. And I'm gone. See you guys next week.